Dr. Daniel Moore, a leading researcher from Harvard Medical School, found himself staring at a paradox that defied everything he knew about modern American healthcare. In a nation obsessed with $1,000 gym memberships, high-intensity interval training, and fad diets, the metrics of healthy aging were stubbornly heading in the wrong direction. Meanwhile, on the other side of the world, Japan boasted a staggering statistic: over 90,000 people living past the age of 100, more centenarians per capita than anywhere on Earth. Elders in their 70 seconds and 80 seconds were not just surviving, they were thriving, casually outliving their American counterparts. This wasn't just a curiosity, it was a professional enigma that Dr. Moore knew he had to solve. For 5 consecutive years, he led a comprehensive study, immersing his team in the daily lives of these Japanese superagers. He went in with the standard hypotheses. It had to be their famously healthy diet. Or perhaps it was a unique genetic advantage. But as the data poured in, both theories crumbled. The real secret was hiding in plain sight, woven into the fabric of their everyday existence through 6 simple, profound movements. These weren't exercises or workouts in the Western sense. They were movements so fundamental, so integrated into their daily rhythm, that Dr. Moore and his American colleagues initially dismissed them as insignificant. It wasn't until they analyzed the brain scans that the true, extraordinary picture emerged. Japanese elders who practiced these daily movements showed a staggering 40% less cognitive decline than their peers in the West. Their joints remained supple and flexible for decades longer. Their balance systems functioned with the precision of people 20 years younger. Researchers at Stanford, reviewing Moore's data, called it the most overlooked aspect of longevity in modern medicine. You are about to discover the exact 6 movements Dr. Moore documented, beginning with the most foundational and building to the most powerful. But he issued a particular warning about the final one, number 1. In a landmark study of 15,000 Japanese seniors, this single movement was shown to increase average lifespan by a full 7 years. Yet, a shocking 90% of Americans have never even heard of it. It takes only 2 minutes, requires 0 equipment, and as neuroscientists on Moore's team found, it ignites more areas of the brain simultaneously than any other physical activity ever measured. Before we delve into Dr. Moore's findings, we invite you to join the community this research is building. Tell us your age and where you're from in the comments below. We are reading and replying to every single one, creating a global conversation about a better way to age. Now, let's begin with the 6th movement. Dr. Moore identified the very bedrock of this longevity system. Number 6. The art of slow walking. Sampo. Dr. Moore's first discovery was something that seemed almost too simple to matter, yet he observed Japanese elders treating it like a sacred daily ritual. They called it Sampo. This wasn't the brisk, heart-pounding power walking common in American parks. It was an intentional, mindful movement, performed at about half the speed one would normally walk. Every morning, typically before breakfast, seniors would practice Sampo for 20 to 30 minutes. The critical difference, Moore's team found, lay in the deliberate slowness combined with a specific breathing pattern. The rhythm was precise. Inhale for 2 steps, hold your breath for 2 steps, and then exhale slowly over 4 steps. This cadence creates a unique synchronization between the cardiovascular and nervous systems, achieving a state of calm and efficiency that faster walking simply cannot. The scientific validation was stunning. A 2019 study from Kyoto University, which tracked 3,000 seniors over 60 for a decade, found that those practicing daily Sampo exhibited 62% less arterial stiffness. Their blood pressure dropped by an average of 12 points systolic and 8 points diastolic. But the truly fascinating discovery was in the biomechanics. The slow pace allows the foot to make complete contact with the ground, activating all 33 joints within it. This action sends a cascade of proprioceptive signals to the brain, dramatically improving balance and spatial awareness. When a control group of American seniors adopted Sampo for just 8 weeks, their average single-leg standing time improved by an incredible 45 seconds. To practice it as Dr. Moore documented, focus on rolling through your entire foot with each step, land on your heel, roll through the arch, and push off with your toes. Keep your gaze fixed about 6 feet ahead, not down at the ground. Your arms should swing naturally but minimally, hands relaxed. The breathing pattern is crucial. Count your steps initially to master the 2-2-4 rhythm. Morning practice is most effective, as it counteracts naturally higher cortisol levels. Dr. Moore also noted the importance of terrain, avoid treadmills, which disrupt natural foot mechanics. The University of Tokyo found that seniors performing Sampo on natural surfaces like grass or dirt paths had 20% better joint mobility than those who walked only on concrete. Start with 10 minutes and gradually build to 30 over several weeks. Number 5. Daily stretching, Ragio Taiso. Next, Dr. Moore documented a practice that rebuilds the body from the ground up each morning. Every day at precisely 6:30 a.m., a gentle piano melody plays across Japan's public broadcasting system. It's the signal for Ragio Taiso, or radio calisthenics, a tradition millions have followed daily since 1928. But the term calisthenics is misleading. This is nothing like a grueling American boot camp routine. It is a flowing, elegant sequence of 13 specific stretches performed in exactly 3 minutes and 15 seconds. Each movement targets multiple muscle groups while maintaining constant, gentle motion. There are no static holds, no straining, just continuous movement that lubricates every joint in the body. Researchers from Osaka Medical College provided the hard data that underpinned this tradition. In a study of 8,000 participants over 60, the daily practitioners of Ragio Taiso had 40% fewer falls, 55% less chronic back pain, and maintained nearly full range of motion in their shoulders and hips well into their 80 seconds. The science is remarkable. Dr. Moore's report explained that these dynamic stretches increase synovial fluid production in the joints by up to 30%. This fluid is the body's natural lubricant. Without regular, gentle movement, it thickens, leading to the stiffness and pain so commonly associated with aging in the West. The sequence begins with gentle arm raises to open the chest, followed by arm rotations to mobilize the shoulders. Gentle spinal twists and side bends maintain core flexibility. The routine concludes with light marching and shallow squats to keep the hips and knees mobile. The rhythm elevates the heart rate just enough to improve circulation without causing strain. Timing is paramount. Japanese elders perform this immediately upon waking, taking advantage of natural growth hormone peaks from sleep when tissues are most receptive to stretching. The feeling should be of moving through warm honey, never forcing or bouncing. Even Japanese corporations embrace this, with group sessions before work. Productivity studies show these employees take 30% fewer sick days. It was time for Dr. Moore to explore the movement that protects the mind as profoundly as the body. If his findings have been enlightening so far, consider liking this so more people can discover this valuable knowledge, and subscribe to hear more powerful health insights every day. Number 4. The Deep Squat Rest, Shizen Zuari. As Dr. Moore walked through Japanese parks and gardens, he was captivated by a common sight. Elderly people resting comfortably in a deep squat, heels flat on the ground. They would hold this position for 10, 20, even 30 minutes, chatting or tending to plants. In America, most people over 60 can't hold this for 10 seconds. This wasn't an athletic feat. It was a fundamental human posture lost to our chair-bound culture. Japanese seniors maintain this ability because they practice it daily, accumulating 20 to 30 minutes in the position throughout their day. A groundbreaking 12-year study from the Tokyo Metropolitan Institute of Gerontology followed 5,000 seniors. Those who could hold a deep squat for at least 2 minutes had a 70% lower risk of needing assisted living. They maintained their independence an average of 9 years longer. The biomechanics explained it all. The deep squat opens the hip joint to its full range, preventing the stiffness that leads to a shuffling gait. It maintains ankle flexibility, crucial for balance, and strengthens the pelvic floor. Crucially, it decompresses the spine, allowing nutrient-rich fluid to flow into the vertebral discs. Dr. Moore's own Harvard colleagues had previously found that cultures where deep squatting is common have 80% fewer hip replacement surgeries and 60% less chronic lower back pain. To reclaim this ability, Dr. Moore advises starting with support. Stand with your back against a wall, feet shoulder-width apart. Lower yourself slowly. If your heels lift, place a rolled-up towel beneath them. Hold for just 30 seconds at first. The key is frequency over duration. 5 separate 1-minute squats throughout the day are more beneficial than one 5-minute attempt. Integrate it into your life. Squat to sort low shelves, play with grandchildren on the floor, or rest in a squat instead of bending over. Number 3. Single leg standing Katashi Dachi. For a Western physician like Dr. Moore, this next discovery was paradigm shifting. In Japan, doctors prescribe single-leg standing as preventative medicine. Patients over 60 are instructed to stand on one leg for 1 minute, twice daily. It's even covered by national health insurance because the data is so overwhelmingly positive. The Fukuoka University study of aging tracked 12,000 people for 15 years. Those who practiced daily single-leg standing had 68% fewer hip fractures and 75% fewer falls requiring hospitalization. Brain scans revealed increased gray matter in the motor cortex and cerebellum areas, vital for balance and coordination. When you stand on one leg, your body makes thousands of micro-adjustments per minute. This strengthens not just muscles, but the entire neuromuscular system. Your body's internal sensors, proprioceptors, become hyper-responsive. Your inner ear's vestibular system sharpens. Your brain processes visual and spatial information faster. The protocol is simple. Stand near a wall for safety. Lift 1 foot an inch off the ground and focus on a fixed point 10 feet away. Hold for 30 seconds, then switch legs. To advance, close your eyes, forcing your other balance systems to work harder. Japanese elders often do this while brushing their teeth, seamlessly integrating 2 minutes of practice into an existing routine. For a further challenge, slowly turn your head or raise your arms while balancing. Researchers at the Mayo Clinic confirmed Dr. Moore's astonishment, finding that single-leg stand time is a better predictor of longevity than blood pressure or cholesterol levels. Number 2. Floor, sitting transitions, SISA. Here is the observation that truly crystallized the difference in aging for Dr. Moore. The average Japanese person over 70 transitions from standing to sitting on the floor and back up again over 20 times a day. They do it for meals, tea, and socializing. Each transition is a complex, full-body movement that maintains strength, flexibility, and coordination, in a way no single gym exercise can replicate. The University of Tsukuba's massive study of 10,000 seniors confirmed this. The floor sitters had 40% more lower body strength, 50% better hip flexibility, and could rise from the floor unassisted well into their 90 seconds. But the most shocking finding was cognitive. Their test scores were consistently 15% higher. Dr. Moore realized that the complex motor planning required to get up and down activates the prefrontal cortex, the brain's executive function center. It's a full brain workout disguised as a daily habit. The traditional method involves lowering one knee, then the other, into a kneeling position before shifting to a cross-legged posture. To rise, you reverse the process, bringing 1 foot forward into a lunge and pushing up to a standing position. To build this ability, Dr. Moore suggests using a low stool as an intermediate step, relying less on your hands over time. The ability to rise from the floor without using your hands is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. Brazilian researchers found that people who could do it lived, on average, 6 years longer than those who couldn't. Number 1. The towel twist, Taoru Negiri. And now, we arrive at the movement that crowned Dr. Moore's research, the one that rewrote everything he thought he knew. It involves nothing more than a simple hand towel, yet Japanese centenarians credited it more than any other practice for their enduring vitality. You hold a towel taut between both hands and perform a specific twisting motion that creates an isometric contraction through the entire body. But calling it a towel twist is like calling the Grand Canyon a ditch. This movement activates deep stabilizing muscle fibers that lie dormant in 99% of conventional exercises. When researchers at Tohoku University, collaborating with Moore's team, attached electrodes to subjects performing Taoru Negiri, they were stunned. Muscles deep in the spine fired, intrinsic foot muscles engaged. Even facial muscles showed increased activity. The 20-year study of 15,000 seniors provided the earth-shattering proof. Those who performed this movement for just 2 minutes daily had a 7-year longer life expectancy. Their grip strength, the single best predictor of mortality, remained robust into their 90 seconds. Their bone density was equivalent to people 20 years younger. Brain scans showed that the bilateral coordination required for the twist activated both hemispheres of the brain simultaneously, forging new neural pathways. Participants showed improved memory and faster reaction times. The technique: hold a rolled hand towel horizontally at shoulder height, hands about 18 inches apart. Create tension by pulling outward, as if trying to rip it. Maintaining this tension, slowly rotate your torso to the right, keeping your hips square. The twist must come from your core. Hold for 3 seconds, return to center, and twist left. The constant tension and steady breathing, exhale on the twist, inhale on the return, are key. This breathing activates the vagus nerve, reducing inflammation body-wide. The isometric contractions trigger the release of myokines, proteins that act like medicine, improving insulin sensitivity, and even promoting the growth of new brain cells. The towel twist produces more of these myokines per minute than any other movement studied. Elders perform it for 1 minute upon waking to activate the nervous system, and 1 minute before bed to promote recovery. In the end, Dr. Moore concluded that the revolution in aging isn't about new technology. It's about the profound wisdom of these ancient, simple movements. They are a complete system addressing strength, flexibility, balance, and neural health simultaneously. They integrate seamlessly into life. The research is clear. The Japanese have shown us a different way to age, not as a disease to be fought, but as a natural process to be navigated with grace and strength. The choice is ours. Now, we want to continue this conversation. Which of these movements do you feel would help you the most, and why? Have you ever tried a practice like this and noticed a difference? Share your experiences and thoughts in the comments below. We are eager to hear from you. Thank you for watching.